Salutations! Welcome to another episode of Foxx Plays KSP, the 365-day challenge. I've decided, I haven't quite come to a decision, but I might just drop the reboot bit, because we've now got more episodes after the reboot than we had previously, so we'll see. But anyway, I am Foxx, this is KSP. So, this episode is coming in super late, so I don't really have time for much. I did put together a quick mission, but anyway, so we're gonna hop over to the launch pad and I'll walk you through our payload. Alrighty, here we are on the launch pad, and this is our rocket for today. And it is an R7 or a TLV derivative. As you can see, it has a very elongated second stage. It's actually twice as long as it usually is, and is thus one of the variations that I made. Anyway, throttle up. SAS on, let's go. And of course, because the TLV engines are just so powerful, it's really capable of handling this super big upper stage. So yeah, so this payload is actually destined for quite a high orbit. So it is KSat 2, and in the grand tradition of KSat satellites, it is an incredibly hastily thrown together mission, but it's still a useful mission because I have basically no real experience with SCANsat, and well, I really want to see more about what that does. Incidentally, it looks like our SCANsat, our first SCANsat, has mapped out a lot of the I need to start turning over because I haven't been paying attention to our launch because I've been messing with SCANsat. Yeah, let's go big map. Trying to pay attention to my nav ball while this loads. It's dropping my frame rate, you guts. Well, anyway, that's interesting. So it occurs to me that we need to actually go into a very eccentric orbit. So we're going to start burning north, which is pretty late in our ascent profile to be doing that. But do as needs must. We definitely need higher than 45-degree inclination. I really like how much you can kind of extend these the TLV, because a lot of the later R7 rockets or the later Soyuz rockets were actually pretty heavily extended. So I'm seeing this kind of as a Soyuz F or Soyuz G or FG, that kind of era. Second stage ignition. We're actually at a point where I think we're more or less safe to deploy our fairing. So here we have our payload, and it's got stuff. It's got a SCANsat thing. Very, very cool. So once again, it's a new rocket. It's a rocket I haven't shown before. So yeah, I'm gonna show you the whole launch. Now, from what I remember, looking in the VAB, I could be wrong, but apparently this sensor has an optimal altitude of like 750 kilometers. So we're gonna have to put this way the heck out there. Alrighty. Oh yeah, so that's going to get us a nice high inclination. And because we launched just at dawn, we are more or less on the terminator. So we're going to have continuous sun. We're not going to drift behind the planet really at all until it's a very different part of the year. Alright, so that's going to take 500 delta V, and we still have like 3,000 in this upper stage, which is pretty cool. So we're going to tip down. I'm not quite sure why we're... Oh, it's because we have fixed solar panels. Ah, that's wonderful. That's a great advantage of having these there, is that you don't have to deploy them. If you forget to deploy those solar panels, it doesn't matter. So yeah, the main body of this spacecraft is using the BoxSat mod, and we're actually using their solar panels and their RCS. It has little itty bitty RCS. We're also using a liquid fuel engine from RLA Stockalike, I believe, and we're gonna just do a roll just so that our solar panels can catch some sun. There they go. Alright, and lots of time acceleration. Woohoo! Missed our window by just a few seconds. So, just popping along here. Alright, we are orbital. Okie dokie. Alright, we've deployed our satellite. Ready? Boom. Trying to pick a good orientation because we want the boom to face the planet, but we want our solar panels to still have lots of sun. That's as good as we're gonna get, I think. Lots of whip antenna, and we have lots of fuel for doing things. So you can see the little RCS jets there. And we're just gonna kind of do some testing there. All right, and so the boom is active. Very cool. So we're gonna then flip this around, point retrograde. This is of course possible because I've included a probe core, and it's hard to see because they're very clustered in there, but there, now you can see them. Whole bunch of Tantares batteries. So I've included this with all of my upper stages now, so they're all autonomous. They can all deorbit their upper stages. So yeah, let's switch to. So we're at a very high latitude. So let's pull up our SCANsat. There we go. Instruments. Okay, and this is giving us a very accurate altitude. Big map. Oh, cool. Oh, very cool. That is a bit unfortunate. It looks like our orbit is going to have to be adjusted because it winds up being a very, very stable orbit. So we're gonna have to fix that. What's that? Interesting. So you can right click on stuff and it'll give you a much closer map. Lots of buttons. Well, anyway, looks like a very fun mod, and I hope to be playing around with it a little bit more. But I think for right now, I'm going to say mission success. So I have been Fox. This has been KSP using not really any Tantares parts. Oh, except for the entire rocket. But yeah, with the Tantares parts and the wonderful BoxSat mod. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you next time. Take care.